Hey everybody, Rick here. We are making great progress on the Sourdough Sidekick, but we wanted to take a minute and look back at where sourdough started for us and talk about Doug. So during COVID, we got interested in sourdough like maybe many of you did. And actually one of our engineers would bring her starter in to work and sort of feed it and take care of it while she was also working. And she had this idea, well, I'm gonna create this device that will tell me when and remind me when I should do stuff with my starter to keep it alive. So she ran into a pain point that a lot of us have. When should I feed this? I can't remember when I did that. It's helpful to have reminders of when to do things. So what it did was it sat right on a jar on her desk and gave her information. We thought that was pretty cool. I mean, we're engineers, we like data. But then we found over time that just more data didn't really help us, right? But you can go back and look at the videos that we did on Doug and kind of our thought process and exploration to try to find really the value. So we kind of shared that idea and we kind of got confirmation that there wasn't a lot of value in just more data. So we shelved it for a while. Even though we put Doug to the side and focused our efforts elsewhere, people continued to follow that project on our website, and we saw that there is a ton of interest in sourdough, and we know it. We continued to enjoy the hobby ourselves. So something we heard multiple times, and it took us a couple of times to really grasp it, is a product that just notifies you, hey, it's time to feed. That's neat, but what if you're at work, or what if you're at the store, or what if you're in a meeting? Instead, what if the product just did the feeding for you? So once we had that realization, we kind of had our new path to focus on, and that's how we got to the Sourdough Sidekick. This is really your sourdough assistant. It takes care of things so you don't have to. I think of it kind of as a babysitter because, my starter is one of my kids, kind of. And I've got a babysitter, I can go out and have fun with my wife. I don't have to worry about the kids, they're taken care of. So the Sidekick is really resonating with people. You can check out our videos and the number of views and comments, and we have definitely struck a chord, and we love that. That means we're onto the right track, we're on the right path. So your comments, we are listening, we are incorporating those ideas, and that is the process we call co-creation. So what co-creation looks like is we are very open with our design direction, and we will adjust that based on your feedback. So for example, the look and feel, it's different than this, and that was based on your feedback. You helped us pick the look and the size and the feel that you like. The same with the usability and the user interface. We're starting to share that and get feedback on the intuitiveness of the controls. Is it easy to use? Is it approachable? We are refining all those things now. We're really excited about the progress we're making. So speaking of your feedback, this is not the final design. This is our first prototype. This is that initial line in the sand. This is functional. We proved out the concept with it. So here's our latest prototype. This looks more like the design that Perry's gonna show you. It's still a prototype. There are things here that are totally not finished, but we're working towards building a handful more of these to get them out to more beta testers. So as we march towards a crowdfund in the very near future, let's hand it over to Perry to look a little deeper at the design.
Hey, I'm Perry. I'm one of the designers for the Sourdough Sidekick. Hopefully you guys have been keeping up with our progress so far, and now we're doing a deep dive into the UI. Right now we have a visual prototype, semi-functional, but it's getting there. We've kind of got our main screen. Most of these things are going to be dead front, and as things come up on the screen, you'll get to see them super clean. You're gonna pick between your auto and custom mode. So to start, I'm gonna pick auto. And first it's gonna ask you to input when you want your bake day to be. And so I'm gonna scroll through here and decide I want, 5 days and 12 hours. And then it's gonna ask me my goal amount. So from there, I say, well, I probably need about 200 grams. And so I'm gonna scroll up and click that. It's gonna have a click knob. It's gonna go through its thinking sequence and tell you exactly how much to start with so that it can get you there. So the next mode that you might wanna choose once you start to get the hang of it and feel like you wanna experiment would be custom. We're still working through this one, so bear with me. But as of right now, it's gonna ask you to put in your ratio. So I'm gonna go for a 1:2:2. So I'm gonna put in 1 for that starter. I'm gonna put in 2 for my flour and 2 for my water. And then similarly, it's gonna ask you for the frequency of feeding, and it's gonna start at 24. You can go up or down from there, but I want it to feed once a day. So I'm gonna choose 24, and I'm gonna tell it that I'm starting with 30 grams. After that, it'll do some calculations and it'll tell me roughly when it thinks that I'm gonna have to discard. Again, these features might change, but this is how we're processing it. And after all of that, I can start and it'll maintain my starter for me until the time that I have to discard or that I want to bake. Once again, these things are all in the early stages of development, so they might change. It may look a little different from what you see here, but we're working with you guys and we're working with user groups to really make this thing exactly what it needs to be, exactly what you want, and we're so excited to get the next iterations out there, and we still really appreciate your feedback. So keep listening and keep giving us feedback.
So thank you for the support. You are helped shaping the journey of the Sourdough Sidekick, and it's really a fun project to be a part of. So 2 questions, I know many of you are gonna ask it below. When can I get the product and how much is it gonna be? The answer to the first when is we're targeting a crowdfund for March. That could change a little bit, that's our target. And also as we approach that date, we will share the price. So it is coming and it's coming soon. So stay tuned for more Sourdough Sidekick updates and keep those comments coming.